We have constantly been under fire since day one, since this board was put together by the voters of this county, about a myriad of things. Everything's illegal, everything's immoral, we've spent more money, we've done this, we've done that. Going back to the $480,000 from curbside, that figure, that money, was already in the budget. But conveniently, that money in this particular rumor mill got pulled out and added to the budget that we're about to vote on in a few minutes, jacking it way up. So you're taking money you already have and then adding it back to something else. It's totally, talk about smoke and mirrors. The two biggest complaints that we have in this county are public works and code enforcement. We have two people in code enforcement. One inspector, Sherry's the code enforcement administrator, and she's out on the road all the time. We have two people for this entire county. We have 13 working hands in public works. We have over 300 miles of dirt road in this county. 13 people. On top of that, we've asked these folks have been taking furlough days for the last 4 years. So you take 13 people and you got some of them on furlough days, so you don't always have 13 people on the road. It's amazing to me how we have seen our digest drop. Everybody's seen your property values go down. Everybody's seen it. But the cost to run this county has not dropped. It has gone up. And we have fought tooth and nail and will continue to do so to keep our operating costs as low as we can. But these folks were elected to move this county forward in the right direction. And it's all about teamwork, but it costs money. And there's nobody up here that has any tax breaks, loopholes. We are taxpayers of this county just like every other citizen. We don't get to exempt ourselves from anything we do behind this board. I've got a sheet right here that I would like to have copies made. This is a chart that shows appraised property values and increases to taxes, and I want to share mine publicly right now. My home appraised, I've lost about $100,000 worth of equity in my home. My home appraised at $150,000 this year. My taxes are going up $120. With that increase, I'm still paying $202 less than I paid in 2009. My taxes are going up $10 a month, or $120. We have all had our tax records pulled. We forwarded them. I don't know, we didn't have them printed in the paper, but to anybody who called us concerned with this situation, we've shared that. But somehow in an email I got just a little while ago, it's been twisted to the fact that the commissioners get some kind of special tax break because you're a commissioner. And it's just, the divisiveness in this county has held this place apart. We've treated the city like it's separate from the county. Everybody in this community lives in Jasper County. The citizens of the city are citizens of the county as well. This email even went on to say, I don't think that the taxpayers of Jasper County should have to pay for the police department for the people that live in the city. With that kind of train of thought, this community will never go anywhere. And this has been an arduous budget process, to say the least. We have squeezed and squeezed and squeezed until we can't squeeze anymore. And everything that's having to be added with these mill increases is due to surprises that we've gotten. Just like he said, cuts from over there, cuts from across the street. It's an interesting note that the police department, their budget was somewhere in the $500,000 range over across the square, and they continually went over budget on that. That's why it's being disbanded. The sheriff has taken the number that they had to work with, and he'll probably be able to do it for less than that, and he'll do a fantastic job. He's done a great job to help clean our county up. But there are so many areas in this county that will improve and have improved. And the library is now open 7 days a week. When this board sat down for the first time, we were down to 3 days a week, and we were told your library funding is going to be cut. You have to stay open a certain number of days to get your funding. Back to the senior center. The senior center cuts were $45,000. That was a federal cut. But along with that federal cut, you also get the mandate says up. Can't cut any time. You can't cut the days back. You still got to stay open 5 days a week, but we're giving you $45,000 less to do it with. One other point, and I'm going to get off my soapbox, but Commissioner Trammell, Chairman Trammell mentioned the landfill fiber project. That's something pretty much everybody in this room knows about, but maybe countywide folks don't really know what's going on. We had unpermitted fiber that is full of formaldehyde dumped in the wrong place in the landfill. Since 2006, we've been under a consent order to get that material moved. It's never been done in that length of time. This year, Georgia EPD came and said, you will move it or you will pay fines up to $1,000 a day. Now, you want to talk about tax increases, when we have to start paying $1,000 a day in fines on top of trying to do something with fiber, this has been a monumental task to say the least. And inside of, I'm going to say inside of 2 years, with Karen's leadership, this fiber project will be complete. We're talking about 8 years worth of kicking the can down the road, and this fiber project will be complete. The recreation department over there has almost tripled in registration. The participation, there are so many good things going on in this county, but we just can't do enough to get it out there. We don't have the liberty to work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on the internet sharing what the good news is, because we're working on a project for next month. With that being said, I could go on for a little while. I'm a little bit riled at this point, but I just want to let you guys know, and I'd like for it to be printed in the paper, that this group is dedicated to moving this county forward in the right direction together, and we will do it. We'll get it done.
Mr. Luke, I would say amen to that.